Hello, and welcome back to our plant-based podcast. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Sarah.
Sarah, what have you been eating lately?
Oh, you wanted me to talk about the tuna.
Well, specifically, yeah. Okay, so...
So I can talk about everything I've eaten today, but you want me to
No.
talk about the tuna.
Yeah, the tuna.
So when we were at Whole Foods this week for our grocery shopping, we were in the aisle where they have all the plant-based meats and stuff. And they have these little, like, things that stick to the doors that, like, hold just, like, shit in
Like
them.
promotion, when they're trying to push something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always reminds me of, like, a file inbox.
Yeah.
Like the little, like, acrylic whatevers.
Yeah.
And there were packs of tuna.
Yes.
Like, there's a non-vegan brand that has, like, real tuna in, like, packs. And it's not like the can, like, the water's drained.
It's like a aluminum type pack that you peel open, and there's like oil and tuna in there. We found that, except vegan.
Except vegan. I think the brand is called Good Catch.
It is, I think.
And we got the oil and herb kind, because that was the only kind they had.
Yeah, apparently there's a few other flavors. We got oil and herb, and it was lit.
I wasn't mad at it.
It was really good.
I'm highly critical of it because I miss tuna out of the can.
Yeah, you really loved tuna before we went vegan.
I literally could eat it plain out of the can. I
Right.
usually didn't, but I fucking could. So, like, when I have a tuna substitute like that, that's something that's like, I want this to be right because I miss this food. And I think the oil and herb flavoring is maybe what I was, like, not, like, over the moon about.
Yeah, it was...
I had to do a lot to it to make it exactly how I want it.
Yeah.
So here's the fucking hookup.
Okay.
Put veganese in it.
Well, yeah.
Lemon juice.
Okay.
Relish.
No, don't do that, but you can.
But do it. Old Bay salt and pepper.
Okay, so I just put mayonnaise, veganese in mine.
You didn't put any
Salt
Old
and
Bay?
pepper. I put salt and pepper. I did not put Old Bay. And I ate it on some sourdough bread.
Oh yeah, I ate mine on saltine
On
crackers.
toast. She had hers on saltines. It's really, really, really good, and it's exciting because we've wanted vegan, like, canned tuna for a long time.
And it had a little bit of carbs, which is, like, obviously y'all know,
Yeah.
not in meat, really. And a little bit of fat, mostly from the oil, I think. But it had 14 grams of protein
Yeah,
per
quite
pack.
a bit of protein.
Which
so anyway,
I think for a brand that's pretty new, that's, like, finally in stores, that's just starting to figure it out.
yeah,
Like, I think that's great.
yeah. No, it's really cool. Excited
Those
about
things
it.
are dope.
Going to get it again. So that's what we've been eating, and today, what are we talking about, Sarah?
We were talking about staying vegan.
Staying vegan, because I guess a lot of, like, social media trends right now is people who are, like, ex-vegan kind of coming out and making videos and things.
Like, some of the most popular vegan YouTubers are no longer vegan. Rawvana, Raw Alignment, Bonnie Rebecca, and Stella Ray are the four that come to mind. And Bonnie
Okay.
Rebecca's partner.
Okay.
I don't know what he actually is to her. But, so, and this is, like, varying degrees of fuck you. Like,
Yeah, what are they saying? Like, what?
Well-
Because I've heard some weird claims
Well, 'cause
about,
they're-
like, I
they're-
stopped going vegan and now I'm, like, so much better.
right. Well, there
Yeah.
were some vegan YouTubers that were much smaller before Bonnie Rebecca really kicked this whole thing off that were leaving veganism and then doing, like, bacon taste tests and shit on their channels. Like,
Just
so
going
that's,
hard.
that's like a high level of fuck you, right?
Yeah.
Bonnie Rebecca and her partner, he especially got so sick. They got so sick
Wow, they were vegan?
while they were vegan.
Okay. What were they eating? What kind of fucked up diet were they on?
Well, they've been vegan for a long time, but they started on the, like, higher carb, lower fat. I don't know if they did raw or not, but it was
Okay.
in that sort of, like,
It was
in
one of
that
the restricted
family.
diets.
And that's one of the bigger patterns of this that we're seeing is that a lot of these people that are no longer vegan are, like, coming from right now, or over the past 6 months, over the past year, a couple of years even, they've had a more normal diet of, like, just balanced vegan foods.
Yeah.
But a lot of them started really, really restricted, either fully raw, like in the case of Raw Alignment or Rawvana, or they did raw till 4, or they did super high carb, low fat, or like Whole Foods plant-based, highly restrictive diets. Whole Foods
Okay.
plant-based isn't as restrictive because that's sort of up to interpretation, but
Yeah,
raw, of course,
raw
is
is obviously.
stringently
And I know a lot of them.
up to a certain
Yeah.
degrees you can heat up your food
That's
and
so
like
fucking
measure
weird.
the temperature, and it's like at some point still considered raw.
Right.
And so again, there's varying degrees of fuck you to this. It seemed
Yeah.
like Bonnie Rebecca, at least from her video, seemed really like, look, we really didn't know what to do, and we really tried absolutely everything we could before we started eating fish again and eggs.
Right.
And fish and eggs are the thing that people are really doing, except for Stella Rae. I think Stella Rae was like, I really wanted chicken nuggets one day, so I ate chicken nuggets. I don't know. I didn't watch
Okay.
the video. I'm trying not to give them too many clicks.
Yeah.
So I'm watching what people are saying about it and watching what people are writing about it.
Right,
online.
getting the commentary.
Getting the commentary and all the stuff that's consistent is what I'm gathering as information.
Yeah.
But it sounded like she was just like, I was craving chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Like,
so what are
something
they
stupid
saying?
as fuck.
I know. What are they like? I mean, okay, so they got sick. They did like some kind of restrictive dieting on the vegan spectrum or whatever, and like then they got sick and they decided to introduce fish and egg or whatever, and they got better.
That's the main narrative, and like the
Okay.
sicknesses are different. It sounded like Bonnie Rebecca and her partner had some gut issues. He had some gut issues such that he had really horrible acne in a way that he hadn't before, which like I get
Yeah.
it. I had acne really bad for a long time, so like I understand how like frustrating that feels.
Yeah.
But also he had such horrible gut issues that he was eating and losing weight. And
Oh,
getting
that's
like
scary. Yeah.
getting smaller, like way small. And so they gave him fish first. She saw him get better and she was not doing so amazing herself, so she started eating the fish and eggs too. And so like they seemed really just like
Bummed
she
out
seems
about it.
really bummed out about it. And
Yeah.
so I don't expect to see any like LOL fuck you. Oh, who's the other one? What's her name? Fucking Kalel. She eats like wild dog meat or something fucking super weird now.
Fun.
Like super like liver and shit.
Yeah.
And so part of it is a lot of people, like the online conspiracy doctors, are like, you weren't getting enough vitamins. You weren't getting enough omegas. You weren't getting enough whatever. And like mostly people that are saying this aren't doctors, aren't nutritionists.
Right.
So you can't take them super like seriously.
Yeah.
But also, when you have a vitamin deficiency and then turn around and start eating like liver and get better, that's consistent with vitamin issues, right?
Yeah.
But that's mainly the narrative, is that they were not great. They went vegan, they got better, then they got worse really fast. They tried out all the different vegan diets, and then they started eating fish and eggs.
Yeah.
And that's generally what it is. Again, there's the Kalels of the world that are eating weird meat, and then they're getting better, and they're going online and they're talking about it.
Yeah,
And-
they're like talking shit on veganism.
yeah.
Basically.
Well, some of them are not. Some of them are really talking a lot about, like, this was so bad, I hated this, I felt bad about it. But part of the problem is pretty much none of them are acknowledging quite how restrictive their diets were.
Yeah, and I guess that's the first point to talk about as far as like the purpose of this podcast is like staying vegan
Right.
is to consider how restrictive their diets were.
Right. And part of the problem is these folks have a lot of videos up on their channels, or a lot of like posts on their Instagram and stuff of like foods they were eating, and it's like all raw foods, and those like videos, especially the videos, are monetized
Right.
still. And then they get a lot of clicks on a monetized video about how they're not vegan anymore.
Yeah. So they're seeing the raw diet and then they're seeing the why we're not vegan anymore or whatever, and there's not really a complete story there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot going on. But so we wanted to talk about today some of the reasons that folks that are already vegan or going vegan or considering going vegan, like some of the ways that they can stay vegan.
Yeah.
And some of the reasons they want to stay vegan or the reason they want to pursue veganism. Because I know there's a lot of fad diets out there, especially right now.
Yeah.
We just don't want to believe that the secret to weight loss is lower calorie intake and higher calorie expenditure.
Right.
We just don't want to fucking believe that.
No,
There's got to
that's
be a
just-
named diet.
Yeah. There's got to be a trick. I feel like everyone wants to, like, you know,
They
play a
want to
trick
eat
on their
the
bodies.
same
And
shitty, indulgent foods that they
Yeah.
have always eaten at the same rate that they've always eaten them. And, like, just do something weird. Like, put fucking butter in their coffee. And, like, that's the trick. That's the secret. And it's just one easy hack that, like, doctors hate her.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, it's,
and going vegan feels like one of those diets. It feels
Yeah.
like doctors hate her. She went vegan and it solved all of her problems. And
Right.
like with any fad diet, we're seeing problems with it. And when lots of people come out saying keto almost killed me, a raw diet almost killed me, like Atkins killed me in the case of at least a few, then people are ready to just jump on that bandwagon and say meatheals.com,
yeah.
which I see in Instagram comments all the time, which I think is wild that y'all still don't know you can't comment links on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like you're an idiot. But
I don't know. Being vegan's not a fad diet.
But
it
people
does
see it
get
that way.
viewed that way, and I think part of the problem is within the vegan community, a common narrative is like, I went vegan and I just dropped the weight. It just fell off me. And like, I've heard that so many times, and I feel like that's just,
Even in the last couple of weeks I've heard that.
yeah, and it's really nice to tell people that if it's true, and like it does, help persuade some people to try veganism, but it shouldn't be the reason you're going vegan, because then it
Yeah.
feels like a fad diet, and you might as well just do Slim Fast. Go
Just
for it.
drink Slim Fast.
Yeah.
What's the trick with Slim Fast? Do you drink it instead of breakfast or something?
It's a meal replacement, and
Okay.
I think it works because the meal replacement is fewer calories than you would get if you ate a bunch of shit.
If you're eating 200 calories instead of 500.
Yeah, just
Oh, but man, the
It's a trick.
satiation of chewing food.
anyway, we're not talking about Slim Fast.
Jesus.
It's just stupid. It's one of the, like, I don't understand it, but that's fine.
Yeah,
it's not
so-
for me to understand. But veganism's not a fad and shouldn't be treated that way, and I don't think it's healthy to tell people, oh, I went vegan and lost so much weight,
I agree.
and you will too, because that shouldn't be the motivating factor.
Right. But I do understand how people can, like, want to try something new for their health, especially if you're trying to get away from cholesterol, if you're trying to get away from dairy.
Yeah.
Like, going vegan could be a really, like, feasible option for you. And especially in 2019, there's so many different ways to do that I think more and more people are interested in it now than ever before.
Clearly, yeah.
So that said, I'm interested. Sorry, that was a hard ass. I'm interested in talking about the ways that we can stay vegan. So
Yeah.
like, if you're already vegan, like this can help keep you from fantasizing about fish and eggs.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going vegan right now, like what's keeping you from going back to eating wings on Sundays instead of something else that's plant-based? And like, if you have never gone vegan before but you're interested in it, and now you're seeing all these videos about why I'm not vegan anymore, like,
Right.
this is the place where we're going to tell you how to fucking stay vegan.
Yes.
And we have a list.
We do have a list. Let's adhere to it and don't let me ramble.
Oh yeah, that's rich coming from you.
Yeah, no, I'm the rambler here.
Yeah. So supplementing is my first thing on the list.
Supplementing. Do you mean literal supplements?
Literal supplements.
Okay.
This is not sexy. So this is the least sexy, but it is maybe the easiest thing you can do to like feel normal on a vegan diet.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going from eating heavy meat, heavy fish. Literally, these are the supplements. You need to be eating something with calcium every day. And one of the easiest ways to do that is if you drink milk on the regular, switch to a fortified plant milk. They have calcium.
Yeah, they slap some calcium in there.
Calcium and B12, they
Yeah.
usually have a ton of. But if you're not that person, if you're not like me and you don't want to just drink soy milk,
I love soy milk. Ugh.
I like soy milk, but I'm not going to drink it like that.
Yeah, I'll just drink it. But go on. Tell the normal people what to do.
Multivitamins.
There you go.
It's so fucking easy. Diva, D-E-V-A.
Repeat that? 'Cause I coughed.
D-E-V-A.
Okay.
They have a vegan multivitamin, and they have one that's like big and huge and has greens. Like
Right.
it has like vegan greens. That's fine. The one that I take is the tiny tabs. Because I take so many fucking vitamins in the morning because
Aren't yours easy to swallow? Isn't that
they're tiny tabs. I'm actually gonna get them
Okay.
really quick.
Okay.
So
I'll entertain here.
Okay.
I take just a normal multivitamin sometimes. I forget a lot of times. But I drink the soy milk, so that's where you gotta... if you're not going to take the multivitamin, at least drink the soy milk. She's rummaging around. She's getting some pills. I'm not going to edit this out, so fuck you.
I'm coming.
Okay,
with
here we
this.
go. We have pills.
Okay, so the Diva
Vitamins.
multivitamin. This has, oh my god, the bottle is tiny because the tabs are tiny, so I'm like gonna read it. Vitamin A, C, D2, E, B1, B2, B3, B6, folate, B12, biotin, B5, calcium. Let's see how much calcium. Not that much. So you still need a fortified thing or a separate calcium tablet.
Right.
Iron, iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese. Manganese? I don't know how to say it. Chromium, choline, boron, and a couple that I can't pronounce. But these are teeny tiny. They're little. Anybody can swallow
they really
them.
are. I had to feed them to her the other day because she was tired or something.
I didn't feel good. I wanted all my vitamins.
Yeah, they worked. They're very tiny.
So these are great. They're little. So if you have a harder time swallowing, these are about the size of an ibuprofen.
If even.
They're about the size of an ibuprofen.
Okay.
They're, when you think about like a multivitamin, how they're like huge.
Yeah, the ones I take are massive.
These are like half that size or less. And then I also take a vegan omega 3, 6, and 9.
Yeah, the omegas, I need to get on that train.
Right, and these are vegan omegas.
Yeah.
So they're not fish.
Right.
Which I think even our non-vegan listeners can get on board with because regular omega
Oh,
supplements
that fish oil is nasty.
give you fish burps.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. So 3, 6, and 9, you need all of those. It doesn't tell you like what daily value you need.
I'm sure you're getting it if you're...
ALA, LA, GLA, like, it has everything.
Yeah.
And like, that's, let me fucking tell you here.
Let me see. I'm going to take one now, actually.
They're big. The omegas are
Okay.
big. But also, not only is it not fish, but it's a gel capsule that's like made of like a veggie capsule.
Yeah, it looks like fish oil.
Looks
This
like
is
the
what
yellowy.
It looks like that. It's the piss yellow
oval.
thing. I'm going to take one because I need to start taking these because I got a blood test like 2 years ago. And they're like, oh, you should take some omegas. And I'm like, sure. And I never did.
You
So-
took occasional flax oil. And that's part of what's in there is flaxseed oil. But so the importance of this. Jeez, we're just a mess today. We haven't recorded in a long time, so we're
No,
off our
we're
game in a
falling
big
off.
way.
But
We're getting
not
back
leaving
on the
yet.
game.
We're not leaving yet. You can't kick us out
We're
of
back
our
on the
Podbean
game.
subscription just yet.
We've got vegan multivitamins with us. We're good. But so the thing about omegas and multis that I think is important is the B12 and the omegas you fucking need. You need those to survive.
Right.
B12, people think you get from meat. We've had this conversation before. I'm not
Yeah, you
rehashing
get it from the dirt and the guts and
You get it from the microorganisms, whatever.
and if you shake your milk enough, I think it's in there. Anyway,
Yeah, you stress me out. He doesn't shake the milk. He's like, I didn't know you knew.
for like a year, I was consuming soy milk and not shaking it at all.
Wild.
Recently, I've started shaking it, and let me tell you, it hits differently.
I'm over you. Okay, so anyways. and
Anyway.
omegas you need. And
Yeah.
the reason I think that people are eating fish and like feeling better is because you fucking need omegas, and you know what fish have plenty of?
Yeah.
Omegas. So you're deficient, because most of these people also, I have to let you know, if they were ever raw or HCLF, they were not interested in taking supplements. Most of these people wouldn't take vitamins at all because it's not
Why?
natural.
It's not. Oh, it's not natural.
Yeah, that's generally what I'm hearing from
All
them.
right. That's confusing, but I'm fine with
It's
it.
dumb as hell.
Do what you need to
You're
do.
gonna die. And so what happens is they fucking come near death because they're not eating enough.
And then they go chew on a fish in a stream somewhere with the bears.
They do something weird.
Yeah.
And then they feel better. Like, healthy fats are good for your brain. They're good for your reproductive system. They're good for satiety. They make you feel good. Good for your skin. Like, you
For
want to
your
have healthy skin.
Like
Like-
Steve Brule.
And part of this, like, that happened with Bonnie and Rebecca, is they were too far fucked.
Okay. What do you mean?
Like, they were so fucked for so long that I think that they'll probably go back to being vegan soon.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I think they just felt trapped and, like, hopeless.
Maybe they need to like talk to a dietitian or something.
Have a couple years eating the fish and then slowly phase it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, they were really fucked. And part of that, I think, is because they weren't having any omegas.
Yeah.
They weren't having a lot of these important supplements, and for years, B12 especially, if you don't have B12, that'll fuck with your nerves.
Huh. Well,
Like,
I'm
you're-
gonna start supplementing more. I think. You swayed me. I think if I want to stay vegan.
Well, you do take a multi every day. You put it in your
Sometimes.
little pill box.
Sometimes I take a multi.
I'm gonna start doing your pill box for you.
Yeah. Do it for when you leave. Set me up.
Oh yeah, I'm leaving for a few days this
Yeah.
week and
And what am I gonna do?
not
Who's
take
gonna take care
multis.
of me? Okay. So anyway, I'm
Supplementing.
Supplementing is. Yeah.
Again, like, you just heard me read off all this shit that the multi has. And, like, obviously it doesn't have a daily, like, value of 100 for everything.
You should
B12
still be
it
eating.
does. B5 it does. Most of the letter vitamins it has for everything, like the 100% for everything. You want to get more calcium. But there's all sorts of foods that have calcium in them. Just make sure, like, planning is, like, a big theme of today. Is, like, plan your shit.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on what you're eating. Like, check the nutrition labels on what you're eating. Fucking supplement. And there are vegan supplements. Like, if you want to get with, like, a company like Care of or something like that, that'll just deliver you little packs of vitamins. Like, you know what Care of is?
I do.
This isn't sponsored.
No, but it's like the subscription service for vitamins.
And they send you, like, a little pack.
Can you check mark a vegan box or something?
Yes.
That's so cool. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
You can check mark a vegan box and, like, they'll say, hey, we have vegan omegas, we have a multi, we have, like, this. And, like, you also go through, like, a questionnaire about, like,
What your life's like.
what your life is like, how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Like, they'll even give you a little, like, melatonin thing for sleep if you feel like you're not sleeping good or whatever the fuck.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
Nice way to do things.
It's
I'm sure the markup
expensive.
is unreal.
It's expensive, but it's also not that expensive compared to how many bottles of vitamins I've bought in the last year.
Okay.
Because I take this multivitamin, I take the omega that I just got it here and rattled for y'all. I take a probiotic, take St. John's wort, and in the morning I take fat burners. And sometimes
Alright.
at night, if I can't sleep, I take a Truzium from PE Science.
Well, there we go.
Constant pills.
Constant pills.
I want to feel good.
I need to get on that train. Anyway,
Just
what
taking
is
pills.
what is the next?
The next thing on my list.
Yeah, we're at the 25-minute mark. We got one thing down.
Look, it's okay.
It's okay. If you're listening, you're gonna listen to the whole thing, aren't you?
Look, we haven't posted in a little while. We've been inconsistent about posting. For the people that are binging, trying to catch up, they're going to be disappointed that they missed some. This is
Yeah.
like making up for what we've missed. It's fine.
This is content.
So, visit your doctor.
Oh,
Visit your doctor.
yeah.
And, like, if your insurance will cover it, if you're in the States or if you're in one of those countries that we noticed that some people are from that have health care. I don't really know what that's like, and I don't know what y'all get if you have health care. I've never really had health care. But if you have health care in one way or another and you can see a dietitian,
Yeah.
that'd be ideal. If you can see a primary and get blood work done, which I know I'm preaching.
Oh my
even though I
gosh.
haven't.
She just pitched a little fit trying to get blood work done.
I didn't
and
pitch a fit.
She ran out of the office before they could prick her and
Crying.
Crying.
Mind you.
anyway, but getting
I'm
your blood work
afraid.
done is nice. I got my blood work done about a year after being vegan and found that most everything was just fine and dandy. The omegas. I was supposed to start taking omegas. I didn't.
Right.
But, I'll do that now. So blood work is, I think, a good
Right.
barometer of seeing where you're at. I
Yeah.
think you should do that soon.
I will eventually. They sprung it on me. They're like, we'll schedule you a blood test. And then it was 2 minutes later he came in. He was like, I'll take you to the lab now. Like, wait, hold up. I've never had this done before. And I'm like, I pass out. I throw up. I freak out whenever, like,
Yeah.
objects, like, try to, like, fuck with my body.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, don't be like me. Go get your blood tested if you can. Talk to a dietitian if you can. There's like vegan RDs online that have like, there's a website, like I think it's called the Vegan RD or something like that.
Oh, cool.
You could just like Google vegan RD and like there's like lots of information about like an appropriately planned vegan diet. But really, ideally, you want to find something that works for you. So like if
Yeah.
your blood work says that you're having a B12 problem or an iron problem, make sure you supplement for that shit,
Yeah.
Like, so visiting your doctor and, like, just staying on top of your health from the start and being proactive about it, I think is so important. Because a lot of these people, like, oh yeah, I saw a naturopath and they said I should eat fish. Like, okay, maybe don't go to a fucking naturopath, first of all. They're not a doctor. Like, find a vegan-friendly doctor in your area if you have healthcare.
Yeah.
I know some of us straight up just don't have healthcare, and
Look, if it's
that's a
an
big
option,
bummer.
go for it. I have like a primary care provider. They have no clue that I'm vegan. And
That is true. You've been a fun little experiment, and like,
with like some shitty insurance, you can still go get your blood work done and see where you're at. They'll tell you if you're fucked. Mm-hmm. And you can look at the results and pretty much see if you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So do it. Go to the doctor.
right. So that's short and sweet, pretty easy. Just stay on
Yeah.
top of your health, ultimately. So the next two I'm going to combine. It's planning for grocery trips and planning for eating out. Because we've done
Right.
groceries.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Really go in
Good
with a
deal,
game
but-
plan.
Yeah.
And
Know
that's
what's
all you gotta
available.
do. Yeah. Because, like, if you go to the grocery store and, like, you have Beyond Chicken, Beyond Meat, Beyond Burgers, Beyond Sausages on your, like, and corn chicken on your fucking grocery list, and then a bunch of canned vegetables, because that's how you're eating right now, and then you go there and they don't have anything beyond, then you're gonna walk out of there with just a bunch of canned vegetables.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
You gotta be able to fucking improvise. I highly recommend. What?
Nothing. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You just having some burps?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Just get them out.
I highly recommend going and giving your grocery store a call or doing a little recon trip first to see like what actually they have and finding out like, oh man, they have all sorts of Beyond and they have it really consistently. I can just put that on my list and know that it's probably going to be fine.
Right.
Gardein is the most fucking consistent bitch out there. She is in every grocery store I go to.
Yeah.
Gardein has it together.
And just plan, and the same thing with the restaurants. If you just want to know where you're going and what the options are before you get there and are faced with a menu full of meat and cheese,
Call them.
it's nice.
They'll go look in the back for you.
Yeah.
They'll go check.
Especially if you're on some kind of mandated social event. Like, just call ahead of time and be like, look, I have to be there. I don't want to be. What can you, what can you feed me?
Like, I don't really want to come to your restaurant.
They'll tell you what they can feed you.
And like, there's also a matter of like, if you're going to like Applebee's and they basically don't have any options, like not to name drop Applebee's, but they're like consistently horrible in terms of vegan options, and you know there's no fucking food, and you're gonna be able to get a side salad with oil and vinegar or something. Fucking eat a little sandwich before you go.
Yeah.
pre-eat. Like, there's
Pre-game.
nothing worse than being fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Like,
So a little planning will keep that from ruining your day. And that will keep you from eating, the cheeseburger that's not vegan.
right, like, it'll keep you from being like, oh, there's nothing here, so I might as well eat. Like,
Right.
and if you're in an emergency situation, you gotta fucking eat, you gotta fucking
Yeah,
eat.
but don't put yourself in a starvation situation,
right.
if
should
it's
be okay.
unnecessary.
Like, even if you gotta drive through and get some fries or something ahead of
Taco
time.
Bell.
Get yourself a Taco Bell, like, ahead of time. That's fine. Like, even if you just go and have a drink, nobody gives a shit. Tequila is vegan. Just don't drink it on an empty stomach, because then what you'll do is you'll go, you know what, I really want a burger. I really want a burger.
And your friends will think that's so cool that they broke your self-control.
Oh my God.
They'll be so happy. Don't let them fucking have that.
Especially if you're a new vegan and you're like, you've only been doing this for a couple days even. You really need to fucking, like, this is the time that you gotta, like, stay on top of your shit.
Yeah.
Because if you commit to doing something and you break after, like, 3 days, then you're just gonna feel discouraged forever.
Yeah, you really will.
So, like, go through Taco Bell, get a bean burrito, ask for no cheese. And I think no onions, because I think they come with onions or something.
Onions are vegan, Sarah.
No onions, though.
Okay.
Don't get onions. What are you doing?
What the fuck?
Do you love yourself? Do they? I treat onions like they're not even vegan because I'm so grossed out by them.
Onions are not vegan. Okay, anyway.
Does it come with onions?
God
Don't
damn
get the
it.
onions.
Okay, what's next on the list?
Anyways, go
Have
through
to ask
Taco
for
Bell ahead of time. You'll thank yourself for it. Research the substitutes. This kind of ties into the grocery store thing, but like,
Yeah.
there's all sorts of substitutes. We talked about the tuna at the top of the podcast, but like, if you don't know what's a vegan substitute, you'll be fucking blown away. Every
Yeah,
time I
you
talk
got-
to a non-vegan about the food that I eat, they're like, "Oh my god, they have a substitute for that?"
No,
Yes,
someone asked me,
bitch.
like, what's your favorite food? And I'm like, I like pizza, burritos, and burgers. And, like,
Yeah, because you can.
you can just do that. You can make all that vegan. So, like, know how, know the substitutes, and that will really make your life better. And this goes back to, like, the restrictive diets, the people who, like, refuse to eat the, like, regular vegan food. You know what I mean?
Like the substitutes for
Yeah,
like
'cause,
pizza,
like, they're not-
pizza burgers and burritos. Yeah.
Right, because, like, they're not, healthy or whatever.
No, bitch.
Fuck that.
Get a taco. I
If you
swear
want
to
to
God.
stay vegan, eat that shit.
And also, that also makes you more of a social pariah than you were gonna be in the first place. Everywhere I fucking go, I annoy the shit out of everybody I'm with. And not in a bad way, but just like in terms of like, nobody can go to Applebee's with Sarah because there's nothing fucking vegan there. So I'm
Yeah.
not going. So you're already gonna be like a restriction on your friends that wanna go get barbecue because you can't really go to the barbecue. It's the only fucking place that's like, well, we're not vegan, get the fuck out. Like, so if you're already annoying and they already have to go, fuck it, we'll go to Chipotle instead of to the barbecue, don't be like, I have to eat raw. I have to eat the salad.
Like,
I have
no
to
oil.
get the no, can you make the rice with no oil, please? Like,
Just stop. Stop what you're doing. Reconsider.
yeah, no, like 'cause that makes you an asshole on top of like, or you're already being like the person that's saying like, oh, I'm not down with whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's always cool to be the person in your friend group that's like, I'm down for whatever. We can go wherever you want. But you're being that person already by saying, I want to go somewhere with a vegan option. That shouldn't be that hard. That shouldn't add too much to your group trip out. But then if you're like, I need to go somewhere where they have a raw vegan option.
Yeah.
I need to go somewhere where I can get no oil. I need to be able to go somewhere that it has to be vegan, soy-free, gluten-free, nut-free.
Yeah.
Unless you're fucking allergic, in which case,
Just,
like,
yeah,
you
of course.
already know the strong
But,
ball.
like, don't be that person. Because you're not going to... Those are the people who are going to get sick and are not going to be vegan for life. And also, don't worry about cross-contamination. I think that's so fucking stupid when people bitch about, like, common fryers and stuff. Like, guess what? It's not about your personal purity being vegan.
No.
It's not about, like,
And it makes you and all
you're an
vegans look
asshole.
extra double restrictive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't even have something that's prepared the same way. And like some restaurants are already really good about it. Like Fridays immediately comes to mind.
Yeah, no, they go above and beyond. They don't have to.
When you ask for the Beyond Burger to be made with no cheese or Fridays sauce, which is like you
How
can
to make
ask
it vegan.
you can
Yeah.
ask for a vegan or you can say no cheese or Friday sauce. They know and they prepare it in a separate skillet
But honestly, you
instead of on the
shouldn't
grill.
care.
But it doesn't matter. Like
I
and
would eat
we
a
weren't
Beyond
expecting
Burger
that.
that's like
just
sandwiched
nice.
between beef. Like if they just took it out and made it for me.
Oh,
Because,
like if it was in the
like if it
in the
was all
freezer.
together and they just like yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you eat that? You're not contributing to the demand of meat. You're not like
No.
you're still doing your duty as a vegan to not contribute to animal suffering.
Right, and if you're the
fuck you.
vegan that's at the table going, I really wish that it wouldn't touch the chicken. Like, then that makes your server go, ugh. Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna get your food spat in. Like,
And that's not vegan either.
Ew. Just like,
I don't know.
don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. Don't be extra restrictive.
And like once you get it in your head that you don't have to be super restrictive and like it doesn't have to be so pure, I feel like that will keep you vegan longer because it's less of a headache for you.
Right, and like that's part of one of the bullets that I have on here is just like to not be restrictive beyond already being vegan because being vegan's already restrictive.
It
Your
is.
friends are already gonna say, well, what do you eat? Like, it's already gonna be like that. But maybe the first thing you do when you go vegan shouldn't be to cut calories or shouldn't be to cut fat or shouldn't be to cut carbs or shouldn't be to go keto or paleo or gluten-free or soy-free or nut-free or raw till 4 or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like maybe the first thing you do when you go vegan is go on a fucking Anthony Bourdain style tour of the city you fucking live in
Yeah.
and try every goddamn vegan option you can fucking find.
Yeah.
Jordan and I are still trying the vegan options in Tampa.
Yeah.
We still are like, what does Uber Eats have to offer me?
No, we try new things all the time.
We go to the
Because, you
Asia
know,
market, we look at the
yeah.
labels, we go, that looks interesting. And you know, fucking 5 times out of 10, you're gonna look at the label, it's not gonna be vegan. You're like, ugh, whatever.
But
You put it
every
back.
once in a while.
Well, I would
it's
say
vegan.
about half the time you pick it up and you're like, oh, it is vegan. Most of the time, because I know, usually by looking at the front of a label, if something's gonna
But I
have
see
fucking...
you check a lot of cookies and things, and I know in your heart that it's not going to be vegan.
But every once in a while, you just fucking get one. But like, so go check up all the labels. You
Yeah.
dedicate a Saturday morning. We already talked about this in the grocery store episode. But if you go on a Saturday at fucking 8 a.m., they just opened. There ain't nobody in there.
Yeah.
Fucking go down the aisle. The Asian market is really the fucking gold mine that we've yet to really fucking unearth. I
Yeah,
think there's
I
a
know.
little like door in the refrigerated section of like meatless meats.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple of little places in like the noodle section where there's noodles. And like I've had a lot of the same brand of ramen noodles from there, but there's a lot of other brands we can try. They have a
Yeah.
whole aisle of sauces, most of which are totally vegan and fine.
Yeah.
They have a whole bunch of tofu, like all sorts of snacks. Like,
No, it's good stuff.
dedicate yourself to a new store every week and go there and like, what can I fucking get?
Yeah, definitely,
can I find?
definitely explore, try new things.
Yeah. So, these other two that I want to combine are get enough calories and get enough fat and get enough protein.
Yeah. And we talked about this once, and I want to say it again. I think if you're not vegan right now, you should track what you eat, and try to get a baseline for how many calories and like what your macros are like, feeling good, and then
Right.
try to keep them exactly the same when you go vegan,
If you can.
if you can, and you probably can,
Yeah.
at least close.
Well, people that are new to tracking macros have a hard time doing the macro math.
Oh well, yeah.
Like-
The app kind of does it for you.
Well, right, but telling somebody they need to go get 80 grams of fat today, they're going to be like, huh?
I just mean keep it close, whatever.
But do keep the calories close to start.
Especially the calories.
But if you're eating vegan and you're getting, 20 grams of fat a day, you're not eating enough fat.
Yeah.
If you're getting 30 grams of protein a day, you will survive, but you're going to feel like ass.
Yeah.
But if you're eating 600 carbs, you're probably going to feel like shit. You're going to feel like weird all day because that's a lot of fucking carbs. But if you're normally eating, 70 grams of fat a day, try to figure out what's vegan so you can get around that much fat, around the same amount of carbs, around the same amount of protein, and really pay attention to protein. A good amount of protein is 1 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight.
Okay.
So for me, that's between 70 and 140 grams of protein.
And for me, it's more than that.
It's more than that.
But
I did the calculation earlier this week, so I remember.
okay.
But so I can get as low as about 70 grams protein.
Yeah.
And be doing pretty good, feeling pretty good. And I do find, though, when I'm tracking and I'm getting about that much protein a day, I feel fine.
Right.
I don't feel extra tired. I don't feel extra wired. I don't feel weird. And, women, ladies, girls, women, eating a lot of protein is not going to just give you muscle.
Oh my gosh.
And picking up a weight is not going to make you bulky. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Eat enough protein.
We could have a whole.
You'll feel good.
We did.
There was a girl in my personal training prep class that I could watch her head almost fucking explode every time we had a case study where, one of the ladies was like, oh, I don't want to lift weights. I'm afraid to lift weights because I don't want to get bulky.
No.
Okay, Sharon, you won't get bulky. Pick up the 5-pound dumbbell and do some curls.
We've got to do the podcast about veganism and masculinity, but I think we also should do a podcast about fitness and femininity.
Yeah, I don't know how to really fit veganism into that, but I think it belongs.
Fuck it. It goes
I think
in
it
with
follows.
our audience. All three of them will enjoy it thoroughly.
Right.
So anyway.
Well, hey guys, all three of you. I want to start
Hi,
calling you all
Grandma.
by
You got
name.
some cookies?
The vegan crackers.
The vegan crackers.
I showed Jordan the vegan crackers
Oh,
in the
yeah.
store, and he was like, "Oh, I've never really looked at these."
I'm now, because I'm not old.
You're not
yet.
90.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get enough calories, get enough fat, get enough protein. Protein, I know, is not as hard of a sell as fat. I know a lot of vegans go vegan at first, and they're like, oh, I gotta do low fat. Because some fucking asshole doctor just a couple fucking years ago said the fat you eat is the fat you wear.
Oh.
So like, oh goddamn, I can't eat an avocado or a peanut because I'll be too fat.
Yeah.
Let her eat or drink whatever she's doing over there.
She's just
He's glaring
gumming
at the
it.
cat.
Okay.
But okay, the fat you eat is not the fat you wear. The extra calories you eat is probably the fat you wear.
Yeah.
Unless you're training really hard and it's the muscle you wear. In which case, go you. You're a winner. You fucking won. If you're eating a fuckload of food and you're gaining a ton of muscle and not a ton of fat, I worship you. I'm so proud. Because all I can do is gain fat. I gain muscle, but I also gain a ton of fat.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. So, get enough calories, get enough protein, get enough fat. And if you gain weight, if you gain 5 pounds the first year that you're vegan, and it's you're getting right around the same amount of calories, you're loving life, you're enjoying stuff, that's fine.
Yeah, it shouldn't really matter that much.
If you're healthy, you're healthy. And I think that you can be healthy at any weight. And so don't feel oh, I have to restrict calories because I'm going vegan and also want to lose weight. If you're making this lifestyle change, go ahead and just try to make it, because if you're eating food that you enjoy and you're eating in a way that satiates you and makes you happy, I think that's way cooler than any number that you're going to see when you step on the scale in the morning.
Yeah. It's not about that. It's not about the numbers on the scale. And, being veganism for me at least is all about the animals. You said I think we were done, but I have one last reason.
I didn't say we were done, but that is the last reason that I was going to...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the animals.
Remind yourself why you do
Yeah.
it and engage with that reason. I don't think that going vegan for the health is sustainable. I don't
No.
think it's super smart. If you're interested in going vegan and becoming healthy at the same time, kudos to you. I'm really proud of you. I hope you can maintain it because it becomes really hard to eat a diet for the health reasons if the diet is not empirically healthier.
Right.
And it's not.
It's the reason fad diets don't work. We talked about it at the beginning of the podcast.
Keto's not healthy.
Yeah.
Paleo's not healthy. Gluten-free is not healthy. Soy-free is not healthy.
And vegan is not healthy.
And vegan's not healthy. Carnivore is not healthy. You need to eat a balanced, healthy diet with, like, if you're getting a sustainable amount of calories, fats, proteins, carbs, and micronutrients, you're drinking enough water, and you're getting enough physical activity, and you have no markers of ill health or no disease markers, you are healthy. And I don't care if that means you're 100 pounds or you're 300 pounds. You're healthy. You're doing great. I'm proud of you. So,
Yes.
vegan for the environment and vegan for the animals are the reasons that I kind of want to stoke. I know that the animals is your big thing, and it's my big thing too.
Yeah,
but
no, the environment's a great reason too. I'm not shitting on you. But the animals, y'all, have you seen them? They're amazing.
we're about to record an episode, like tonight probably, about the farm sanctuary experience.
Yeah,
that
the
we
farm,
had.
which was amazing, but I don't want to spoil any of it. But like, look,
It was amazing.
the animals. That's why you're vegan, probably. If it's not the reason you went vegan, it's probably a main reason you are now, if you're still vegan.
Yeah.
And I think interacting with animals is important, whether that means wildlife, if you're just watching birds. I love bird watching. If you're like going out on nature trails and things like that and like experiencing nature, I think that's excellent. But even just following like a Rescue Farms Instagram account.
I don't know how any human being can follow the dodo on any social
Yeah.
media platform and not be vegan.
Yeah.
I just fucking
Just-
bawl my eyes out because I see these animals in good situations or bad situations. It doesn't matter because sometimes the dodo is all positive and sometimes it's all like this dog was beaten to death with a baseball bat, but he miraculously lived and now he has a good home.
Yeah, in the
and
end,
you're
it's
sobbing
usually
by
good
the
shit.
end of
Yeah.
the 2-minute video.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, we're lucky living in Florida. We got a lot of animals to interact with out in the wild and go look at and enjoy. Obviously, we're not like touching them or like feeding them or
Don't-
chasing them. Don't fuck with the animals.
there's like some laws.
We're gonna talk about that in another podcast probably. But like,
Yeah, we have a whole like thing planned.
if you live in a big city and the only animals you ever see are rats, like at least you have the internet and you can interact with some of these rescue farms and some of the like just fun animal accounts, man. And like remember that those farm animals could have a totally different life in like a factory farm, but they don't, and it's super happy, and you should be proud of that part of your
Even
life.
like, you know, consider going to your local like animal shelter, like dogs and cats, like your humane society and shit, because it's not the animals you're eating, right? But I cannot look at a dog and think that they're so vastly different from a cow that one of them should be chopped up and eaten and one of
Yeah.
them should be cuddled and given a bed in your bedroom
Right.
with you.
And you can go volunteer at those places, or you can give donations. You can, you can feel involved in
Yeah.
that part of your like community and in your life, and I think that's really helpful for staying vegan.
Right, and I think reminding yourself while you're vegan, for me, I know we talked about this in an earlier podcast, maybe even the most recent one. One of the things that I like to do is scroll through Instagram, and I'll literally just like cows on Instagram or search like some sort
hashtag
of
cows.
yeah, like cows daily or something stupid, and I'll just look at the cows, and like you look at this animal and you're like, oh, I don't want to fucking eat that animal, and like,
It gets to a point where it doesn't even seem like an option.
right.
Yeah.
Like when we were at the animal sanctuary and
It
I
does
like
not
got to
seem like an
touch the
option.
cow,
Yeah.
I was like, this is not food.
Yeah.
This is not food.
It's so obviously not food.
Right. So like engage with that. Remind yourself why. So like if you're already vegan or you're going vegan or you're interested in it, think about the reasons why. Like, and not just like, you know, a number on a scale or a waist to hip ratio.
Right.
But like a real reason. Like David Attenborough was saying
Yeah.
recently, like in an interview, like after all of the environmental stuff that he's done and all of the animals that he's like seen, he just doesn't understand like meat as being like appetizing anymore. I don't know if that means he's vegetarian or he's vegan or what.
Yeah,
But
whatever it
something
means. It was so
fucking
cool that he said
hit
that.
him.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, eating animals is fucked up, right? And like there's all manner of documentaries. And whether or not you like watch a documentary and you agree with every part of it, there's so many documentaries, there's so many books, there's so many like just YouTube videos about like why people are vegan. And I think over the last couple of months, as people have been coming out saying I'm no longer vegan, there have been just a ton of response videos saying this really sucks, this is really shitty, I hate this, I don't like that you're not vegan anymore.
Yeah.
And I think in keeping with current events, there's one last thing I wanted to say that somehow made it off my list, is that, like, pay attention to the news. Pay attention, depending on what your reason is for going vegan. If, like, the environment is your reason for going vegan, like, Our Planet just came out on Netflix, and fucking... yeah, that first episode, you get a lecture. I was
Which
like,
you should.
Oh, shit.
You should get a lecture. It's fine.
Yeah, no, there's fucking... You remember when Greenpeace brought a spine for Marco Rubio and just, like, gave it to him? Like, brought him, like... fucking wild. Like, there's always some, like, environmental shit happening in the news. We're fucking doomed, right? But then, like, there's also so many different organizations and companies that are seeing vegans and going, oh, I want your money. And, like, while I hate capitalism, this is a game you have to play in order to survive. Taco Bell has a vegetarian menu now that they're trying out. It's not vegan. You have to ask for recommendations, and depending on the Taco Bell you go to, some are better than others at fulfilling those like requests. But like Carl's Jr. has an Impossible Burger or Beyond Burger. I don't know.
Not sure. I know White Castle has the Impossible Sliders.
White Castle. Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Del Taco, if you're in the West, have vegan tacos. Mellow Mushroom has vegan pizza. Burger King is coming out with an Impossible Burger.
Which is so big.
In Europe, McDonald's has a lot more vegan options than they have here.
Yeah.
Like, there's
no, but
vegan
keeping up
fast
on where
food
things are coming
options.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
If
important.
you're in fucking St. Louis right now, you need to go get the Burger King Impossible Burger.
Get in
and tell
line
me
at the
if it's
Burger
good.
King.
Like,
We are so pumped on that. I am so pumped on that.
every time we drive by the Burger King, you smell their like char grilled like ash or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, coming out of their little smoke thing, and it smells so good. I know that's part of the marketing.
Yeah,
but it's
just the
always like
idea,
you smell it and you're like, damn, that's a dead animal. But soon
Yeah.
it'll be like, oh, I get an Impossible Burger.
And just the idea of getting fast food burgers, like
I want Five Guys to
It's
do
ridiculous.
Impossible or Beyond.
They
'cause
really
Five
should
Guys,
be.
like
They
they got
really
all
fucking
the
should be.
options for the toppings and stuff.
but like drive-through burgers, vegan. That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yes.
That's super exciting.
Hell yeah. I want barbecue places to start doing up jackfruit really good, or
Yeah.
start doing up like whatever kind of vegan brisket you can put together. Sounds
Yeah.
awesome to me. Like,
And we're seeing it more and more. So it's an
So-
exciting time to stay vegan.
yeah, no, paying attention to current events, and like also if you're vegan or going vegan or interested in it, look at some of the response videos to these folks that are like no longer vegan, because you're gonna see an outpouring of people that are like, this is really shitty, it really sucks, no one really likes this, but this is what you can do, because there's people much more educated than I on nutrition that will explain what kind of nutrients you really should be supplementing. As far as I'm concerned, a multivitamin that has adequate B12 and getting a hearty source of omegas every day is very, very valuable. If you're pregnant or nursing, there's like other shit or extra shit you need to make sure you're getting. But again, I'm not fucking qualified. There's people that are qualified that can talk on this. And so,
Right.
like, go find those people and, like, don't watch Freely, because she's just like, so-and-so is a fake vegan. Like, okay, it's fucking annoying, but whatever.
Yeah.
Just be looking into that and pay attention, because that's what's going to keep you on track and feeling good about your choices and feeling physically good. Because
Yeah.
no one wants to be eating a certain way that makes them feel mentally good and then have to turn around and eat fish. Like, fish have feelings too. I don't want to turn around and eat fish after doing this, so I'm trying to make sure that my diet's on point and stuff.
Yeah.
so that
Stay on top of your shit.
I can stay vegan, happily vegan.
Yes.
All right. That's it
All
for
right.
me.
Stay vegan, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.